people who are not as fortunate as others, and that's where that's why I think they prey on the less fortunate, is because they're not in no major. You know, you're more familiar with Charlotte. They're not in South Park. Okay, they would probably, and that's what I say about my community. They're not on the northern part of Fort Mill per se, or Tega Cay, or they're down in my district, down here in the southern part of York County, where you going to find where that higher number of unemployment is.
When they say we want borrowers to pay off their loan, do you take that at face value?
No, I do not, because if that was the case, they would be welcoming regulation. They would say, okay, let's put a cap on the interest rate, and they're not open to these ideas. And so my thing is, if you're not open for regulation, then you need not do business here in South Carolina.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good point. In North Carolina, the Attorney General actually was the one who fought it, and in South Carolina, I'm just wondering, what's the sort of political landscape, what's the difference in the two states that has allowed them to flourish in South Carolina and not in North Carolina?
That's not a hard question. In North Carolina, you're controlled by Democrats. Democrats care about the people. And in South Carolina, you're controlled by the Republican. Our House and Senate is controlled by the Republican, and our governor is a Republican. Now, that's the answer. You received a statement from the South Carolina Democratic Party. It goes to show you that Democrats are not going to sit idly and allow people to be preyed upon. And it goes from North Carolina to South Carolina. You see who's marching and trying to bring about regulation to this industry, and it's Democrats. The same in North Carolina.
There's one sort of political philosophy question I was going to ask, and that is, the Republican Party is arguing to be the party of less regulation here. They don't want to regulate this financial services industry, payday lending. To what extent should the legislature protect people from themselves?
My thing is anyone that has any type of conscience should not prey on the least fortunate. And my thing is, if the payday lenders were right, we wouldn't be here today. If they were honestly doing the right thing, this would not be an issue. If we as legislators were not receiving phone calls from our constituents or seeing what's happening to our constituents in our community, we would not be here today.
Very good, sir.
Thank you.
He's going to take one picture. Hold on to that.